Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode from Hidden Hills, California. Today we're touring this newly constructed modern farmhouse that is situated on 2.7 acres. With its voluminous interiors, amazing scale, and this incredible backyard, this property has a lot to offer. So, let's go have a look. All right everyone, once again, welcome to Hidden Hills, California. The weather is so nice today that I even lost a jacket. It's just a gorgeous day outside, and beyond that we have this newly constructed modern farmhouse that is situated on 2.7 acres. So beautiful grounds, amazing views to enjoy and appreciate. And then off of the entry you have this long driveway that brings you to this spacious motor court, which then leads you to the back of the property where we have the 7-car garage. The entry is nicely landscaped. It is very private here. And before we talk about the details of the home, I also want to mention that we got this gorgeous 2025 Cadillac Escalade IQ with us. Now, Cadillac was kind enough to not only give us this car for this shoot, but for the next 30 days. In fact, I had this car for the last 2 days, and let me tell you, I am so impressed with this vehicle, the way it drives, the electric range, how comfortable it is, and beyond that, the interior finishes, the exterior styling is very futuristic, and I just think it looks gorgeous on this motor court. Now, let's talk about the house itself. It is little over 20,000 square feet that is spread over 3 levels. In fact, we have a lower level with this property, and you can see the opening there, bringing natural light and natural air to the lower level, and I'll talk more about that later. And on the exterior, we have stacked stone, reclaimed wood siding, and on top you can see the metal standing seam roof, which is a type of roofing that I personally really like. Then you have this wide walkway that takes you to the entry, framed nicely with these 2 olive trees. Again, the landscaping here is not only so nice, you're in this very natural environment. All the properties here in Hidden Hills are built on massive plots, so they're all immersed in the surrounding landscape. Now also you can see the 2-story glass design here with the spacious foyer, and the stacked stone on the outside is extensively used throughout the property, and it just gives it a nice warmth, strength, and character. Now to my left you can see the walkway here taking you to this covered patio, which then goes to the office. We're gonna see that space in a second. And lastly, we have the glass pivot door here. Let's go inside. The entry of this property is so impressive. Double-height ceilings, you have the bridge design on the other side with glass railing, vaulted ceiling with this dark wood paneling, and then we have these contemporary light fixtures. The entire first floor is open. You can see your family room, formal dining room, all the way to a formal living room. And more importantly, you have the sliding glass doors pocketing into the walls and opening up this space and the corner straight to the backyard. You got this gorgeous view. I mean, it feels really good to be here. I love the natural light that is coming in. You have your 9-inch white oak, white plank hardwood floors, and also above us, given that we have the bridge, they also installed this glass flooring, which allows this level and the level above to benefit from natural light, because on the second floor we have all these massive picture windows tunneling even additional natural light to the home. Overall, a very impressive entry. And then to my right we have the formal living room. Now, before I cover the details of this space, I want to quickly get the specs of this property out of the way. We have 7 bedrooms, 11 bathrooms, 20,018 square feet of interior space on the market for $39,995,000. And I want to give big thanks to the listing agents, Mark, Sarah, and Hannah Shevin for making this store possible. And as always, you can find more information about this listing in the description of this video. Make sure to check it out. And with that, welcome to the formal living room. Another vaulted ceiling design, really cool light fixture. And then you have your seating arrangement, which features lighter tones. And then we have all these built-ins here with sections that are recessed into the cabinetry. And then right in the center, you'll have your gas fireplace with a book match, granite slabs right in the center. And this is really the focal point. A nice minimalist space, but more importantly, it flows to the outdoors. Now, this is where this store gets really interesting because not only we have sliding glass doors here, opening up to this really cool front-facing patio, which features the same reclaimed wood siding on the ceiling here. We can also see the stacked stone. It connects directly to your entry walkway. It's a nice cozy space, and then it also opens up to your office. Now, this is the only way to get into this office, which is kind of interesting, but also an opportunity to create a different space. Given that you want your office to be closer to the entry of the property, it works well. Or you can change the space into your guest house. You can make it a somewhat of a separate unit from the rest of the home. The volume here is fantastic. We have this really cool desk right in the center with this unique leg design, and then you have wood paneling throughout, and they use the same oak wood to frame these built-in cabinets as well, so it has that additional warmth, gets great natural light. We have plaster ceiling here, and then going this way, to my left, we have the walk-in closet, and then to my right, we have the bathroom. You have your vanity on this side with this really interesting texturized stone countertop, your toilet, and in the future, if you want to place a shower, you can easily take up this corner and then have a full bathroom for your future guest home. Now I want to take a quick break from the tour and give a big thank you to Betterhelp for sponsoring today's video. Mental health is something we've touched on a few times here on the channel. And it's something I truly believe is important to prioritize no matter what phase of life you're in. Like many people, I've had my own challenges. Personally, therapy has made a big difference, especially with how intense my schedule has become. Between constant travel, shifting time zones, late nights, and long shoot days, I noticed it wasn't just my physical health being affected, my mental health was taking a hit too. That's where a platform like Betterhelp can really help. It's 100% online, making therapy more accessible and more affordable, especially for someone like myself who is always on the move. Getting started is super simple. Just fill out a short questionnaire and you'll be matched with a licensed therapist in as little as a few days. And if the therapist that you match with isn't the right fit for you, you can easily switch to a new therapist at no extra cost. So if you want to see whether Betterhelp is the right space for you, click the link in the description or head to betterhelp.com/ns to get 10% off your first month. Once again, big thanks to Betterhelp for sponsoring today's video. And now let's get back to our tour. Here to my right, we have one of the two staircases that is going up to the second floor. There's also a nice piano here. And then we have this hallway with some built-in cabinetry, and the door at the end opens up to a powder room, which features darker finishes. Now coming back to the hallway, at the end, we have a very spacious guest suite that we're gonna see in a second, but first, let's see the movie theater. Now, it's important to scale your rooms based on the square footage of your property. And given that we're working with a floor plan that is over 20,000 square feet, spread over 3 levels, they had the opportunity to place a massive movie theater. In fact, they didn't even put it on the lower level, they placed it on the main floor. That's why we have these 2 windows here with window coverings, but obviously you can put them up. I'm sure they're motorized. That way you can use this space as a daylight seating area. We have 3-tier seating here, 2 long couches on the back, and then up front you can see the singular seating sections. And above me, we have the projector, and then we have this wood paneling detail with mood lighting framing the space, and they actually utilize this detail throughout the property as well. And then we have the padded walls to increase the sound insulation. I mean, this is a really nice space, and I feel like if you have a movie theater in your home, you don't have to use it just for movies. If I had a space like this, I would watch YouTube all the time. I would just, instead of using a TV, I would utilize a space like this. It's private, it's quiet, and there's a level of zenness that these movie theaters come with, given that they're so well insulated. And lastly, we also have a nice bar area here, and this really cool wooden paneling detail up top that we're gonna see in other places in the home as well. Now, jumping back to the hallway, we have the sliding glass doors here opening up to the backyard, so you have your easy access. And then welcome to the first guest suite that we will be touring. Off of this entry, you have a spacious seating area, all these casement windows framing the backyard, bringing natural light in. And then on the other side, you can see the king size bed, great ceiling height, additional casement windows, ceiling mount light fixtures. I mean, it's a very spacious guest suite. And beyond that, to our left, we have a full bathroom with a floating vanity, 2 sinks, stone back wall, and your walk-in shower. Now, I want to apologize that I'm jumping from one room to another throughout this tour, but given that the footprint of this property is so massive, I don't want to waste time walking from one space to another. Instead, I want to quickly jump. In fact, let's go back to the foyer. Next up, we have the formal dining room. This contemporary glass table, seating for 12, this unique light fixture above. I don't know what kind of stone this is, but it looks very nice, a lot of textures. And then we have these gorgeous chairs that are all leather wrapped with beautiful stitching details, this two-tone contrast, very nice and elegant. And Del, why don't you meet me on the other side? We have this glass casement assembly facing the front, so the room is very open. You can still enjoy the views of your backyard. And they brought the steel cased element to this section here. And in fact, we have a door on this side opening up to your massive wine cellar. Please come on in. Oak cabinetry throughout. You have stone sections here that are wrapped with travertine, additional wine fridge on this side, little seating area, and more importantly, what I like here is the fact that they brought the same stacked stone on the back, pushed the cabinetry forward, and created this backdrop. And when you add up the mood lighting within the cabinetry, it just creates this warm, kind of mystical ambiance that I really like. It's a massive wine cellar. Now let's quickly close the door and continue our tour. Next up, here we have this hallway taking us to the open family room. Right off the bat, you can see the comfortable seating, massive sectional couch, 2 coffee tables, and on the back, you can see this stone wrapped wall with the linear gas fireplace down below and some built-ins. And more importantly, the entire room opens up to the outdoors. There's a really nice covered patio area here, seamless transition. And it is also nice that the corner opens up too, so you feel like you're right outside, but you're in this comfortable space. Now, next up, we have the bar. I love this massive island wrapped with Belvedere quartzite, beautiful stone. And I also like that the seating section is nicely recessed into the cabinetry. And then on the back, we have the main section of the bar where we have the sink, your ice maker, fridge on the other side, and more importantly, the same stone continues to the outside. In fact, there's a sliding glass window here. I partially opened it, but I want everybody to see. Oh, by the way, these cabinets have the motorized hardware, so they get pushed. And then there we go. If I can just tuck this in, you'll have the seamless transition to the outdoors. You can serve your guests here. You can see all the way to the entry of this property. This bar design here is really nice. And also, Dal, can we get a close up on this lower section? Instead of carrying out the same cabinetry here, they use the stone, which creates this really unique design. But I personally like it. It's different. They could have easily used the cabinetry, but why not bring in the stone and create a nice contrast? It's a really nice bar area. Now on this side, we have additional built-ins with glass fronts and built-in lighting. And this is where they're showcasing all of their glassware, which is also an elegant touch. Now, why don't we go this way quickly? Before we go to the kitchen, I want to cover some of the other areas. Built-in section here, same stacked stone is carried to this side. You have access to your chef's kitchen here. Secondary staircase that connects all levels. Ton of natural light coming in. Your elevator on this side, and then coming here, we have two openings that are cased with travertine, and then going in to my left, we have the powder room. You have marble floors, marble walls, and the entire vanity, almost the entire vanity, is fabricated out of the same stone. These unique light fixtures, I really don't know the material on the surface here, but it looks like a piece of rope with built-in LED lighting, really. And it's a nice powder room that is conveniently located next to your family room. Now, coming back to this hallway, I want to cover a couple more spaces. To my right, we have a sliding glass door opening up to another patio. Built-ins to my left, and this long hallway then takes us to two spacious guest suites that I'm going to skip, given that we have 7 bedrooms, but these are front-facing bedrooms with their own walk-in closets and their own bathrooms. Then to my left, you can access to the 4-car garage that is attached to the home. And then to my right, we have the spacious laundry room with 2 washers and 2 dryers. Next to the family room, we have this spacious kitchen. I mean, the scale here is quite impressive. 2 oversized islands. There's also a dining area here that opens up to the backyard, so you can capitalize on these views. And as you can see, it gets great natural light. Now we have 2-tone cabinetry throughout, and the island here features the bar seating with pendant lights above, and the stone here is Taj Mahal. It's a marble, but it's a metamorphic stone, meaning through heat and pressure or chemical processes within the earth, it is different from its original form. So it has this gorgeous, intense vein structure, but it is on the lighter side, and they use it throughout this space and the chef's kitchen that is located on the back. Now you can see the built-in cabinetry here running all the way to the ceiling, so they maximize the space here, and we have built-in appliances throughout. Your freezer, fridge on this side with a wine cellar here, and heading over on this side, you can see the 2-tone cabinetry a little bit better, but I love the 2 texturized glass doors that we have here that are steel cased, and they also use the same Taj Mahal stone to frame the openings with a reveal, which I thought was a very nice touch. Normally you have your regular door trim, but they use the same stone here, and we're gonna see that chef's kitchen in a second. Now next up, we have a 60-inch Wolf gas stove here. The vent is also cased with the same stone, and beyond the gas cooktops, I'm assuming down below or behind this cover, we have I'm assuming this is some sort of a stone or a steel, and that's really your griddle for cooking steaks, or in this case, Dal, I'm assuming you would like pancakes here?
You know me too well.
I do know you pretty well. And let's put the cover back on. Additional cabinetry, and the cabinetry here is from Mia Tessa, which is an Italian brand, and they manufacture in the United States. And over on this side, we have the main island that comes with a fabricated sink. And over on this side, we have the main sink. This one is a little bit bigger, but more importantly, it also comes with a casement window. Rather than looking at a blank wall, it's nice to have a window, and you also have casements on each side so you can get some fresh air. And this sink comes with a lot of additional attachments, and this washing bowl is a nice touch. I feel like these sink brands are getting creative when it comes to their little accessories. The cabinet also features this texturized finish. I believe that's the trash bin, and there's a dishwasher on this side. Uppers are also glass fronts, so you can see what's inside. They also have built-in lighting, and back again here, we have a dining area, and the backyard looks quite charming, and I love the grounds here. Now next, let's go see the chef's kitchen. And in fact, the entry here will surprise you a little bit, because we first go into the pantry. You have some built-in cabinetry here and your display refrigerator. This is a first for me, the fact that you have an open fridge designed to house your fruits, your fresh vegetables, and it's just a nice, cool feature. And going this way, we have the chef's kitchen. I love the design here. The stainless steel cabinetry, the minimalist lines, how conveniently located it is behind the kitchen, and it also accesses to the back section where we have the secondary staircase. You have an island right in the center, and there's a little bit of a contrast between the stainless steel fronts and the stainless steel appliances, but the space feels very effortless, very contemporary. And I'll even go as far as saying that I like this cabinetry a little bit more than the main kitchen. To me, it looks really easy on the eye, and it just has a nice modern flair to it. Now, over on the other side, we have the microwave, some open shelving. They also use the same Taj Mahal marble here. Then you have a Wolf gas cooktop, with a pot filler. I mean, very nice space. I'm just, again, really impressed with this room. Now, next up, let's go see the backyard. This property and this location is all about the outdoors. So it's nice that we have these two spacious covered patios to take advantage of the setting. Here we have an outdoor seating area, and above you can see the cedar wood plank ceiling with recessed lights and built-in speakers. And they also brought the stacked stone detail to this section as well. In fact, Dal, can we get a close-up, because I want to talk about how you can install stacked stone. It's actually relatively simple. So behind this wall, you have some sort of an either OSB or plywood sheeting. Ideally plywood, because I'm not a big fan of OSB. Above that, you have your waterproofing, and then you install a metal lath. It's like a metal grid system with corrosion-resistant nailers or fasteners. So once you have the metal wrapping this section, then you use the mortar that you would use for the stone, which is either a type S or type M mortar. You apply about a ½ inch cement on the metal lath, and they call that a scratch coat. So you're creating this concrete surface, and you're having a lot of texture, which then these stones will bond to, which is really important. And from that point, you pick your stones and make sure you install them in a staggered fashion so they can support each other. And you also have these custom pieces for corners. And then you take your stone, you apply the same cement on the back, and you simply glue it, install it in place, make sure everything looks level. And after that, you install your mortar and you get this finished product. Now, what's also nice about the stacked stone finish is the fact that it's lightweight. You don't need to have a concrete column behind it. And once you install it well and seal it and waterproof it well, it gives additional integrity to your wood frame structure. So it can also support the overall strength of the house as well. Again, installed all well. With that said, that's enough construction talk. Why don't we go this way to check out an even bigger covered patio. We have a skylight right in the center. In fact, that's the second floor balcony for the primary bedroom. Great outdoor space. And down below, you can see the outdoor dining area opening up to the rest of your backyard. And over here, we have the built-in barbecue area with your gas grill, fridge, sink, and they even brought a vent here, which is a nice touch. And you can see that the entire corner opens up and your family room flows to this section. Now, next up, I want to take everybody this way. Your foyer opens up to this great outdoor seating area or multiple outdoor seating areas, and you have a ton of versatility here. If you bring in some outdoor fire pits, built-in seating, you can do a lot with this space as well. And here you can see the reclaimed wood siding on the exterior. This is a great way to bring character and warmth to your home. And sometimes when you build a brand new house, it can feel a little bit too sharp or a little bit too contemporary. So this is a great way to bring that additional texture and just provide some maturity to your property. Now, Dal, why don't we turn this way so we can talk about this oversized pool. This is a word that I'm going to be using a lot throughout this tour because, again, the footprint of this property is massive and it calls for a nice pool like this. You have the mosaic detail throughout the perimeter of this pool as well as the built-in jacuzzi, and then you have the PebbleTech plaster finish, and it certainly looks very invited. Now, Dal, why don't we go to the end so we can show the scale of this backyard. Again, 2.7 acres, and I love this part. I mean, you have so much ground space for you to throw parties, have events, enjoy the space with your friends and family. And then to my left, we also have this hillside that is landscaped, and I'm sure over the next few years, the landscaping there will really mature and cover up the hill there as well. And you get the views on this side. And this is not our first tour here in Hidden Hills. We've actually toured a couple other properties, and this area is really unique. Beyond being a gated community, it is actually an incorporated city. It's been getting really popular over the last 10 years, and the average price of a home here has been going up and up. And beyond that, a lot of people that move here tend to stay here. So this community has a nice, intimate feel. The other aspect of this area is the fact that it's an equestrian community. So you have a lot of horse trails, walkways, and areas for you to enjoy the outdoors. And when you pair that up with massive plots in these gorgeous estates, you get a very unique offering. And that's why a lot of people have been drawn to this area. And that's why I wanted to come here today to showcase this massive property and really bring all of you back to Hidden Hills. And with that, that we're done with the backyard. The second floor of this property is pretty special, and that entire right wing is actually the primary bedroom. But first, I want to take everybody to the lower level. All right, now let's go check out the lower level. To my right, we have this massive glass enclosure looking into the courtyard that we're gonna see in a second. Your elevator landing, and turning this way, the first thing we see is the bowling alley. Now this is a really fun space. Comes with a built-in seating area, 2 screens, your contraption for your balls, and then over here we have the 2 lanes. Now I really like the design of this space with wood paneling, built-in LED lighting, and then we have the strip lighting on the floor, screens on the back. It gives this space a more contemporary feel, especially with these touches. And let me tell you, if you have a bowling alley in your home, I promise you it will get used, even though you may not be a fan of this sport, this activity. In fact, if you have this space, I would encourage you to consider putting a bowling alley. I know it looks very extravagant, but it costs anywhere from $75,000 to $200,000 to $250,000 per lane to build a bowling alley in your home. Obviously, it very much depends on how extravagant you want to go with your design. And all you need is the volume of space, and then you need to have subflooring that is very sturdy and level. Depending on where you're constructing a space like this, if you have wood subflooring, you want to support that, reinforce that maybe with some LVLs, or if you're placing it on a concrete foundation, you may want to use some self-leveling concrete to make sure that you have perfect surface area to have a fun space like this. Now, Dal, why don't we go backwards for a second, because I want to talk about the bar area here. Lower level is all about entertainment, and we have the gym and the spa on the back. So you're going to spend a lot of time here. That's why it's nice to have a bar that can also serve as a kitchen. You have your fabricated sink, wine fridge, dishwasher drawer, and the cabinetry here has this really unique texture. And then you have your stone backsplash. I like that they break the cabinetry format here and place these 2 stone shelves. It just makes the space a little bit more fun and interesting. And then going backwards, we have a nice dining area here. And then on the other side, you can see the natural light coming in. Small storage space, another table here. It's like a game table, and then it flows to the outside. Now, before we go there, I want to quickly take everybody to the spa. Massive glass door, that way you can benefit from the natural light coming in. And we have 3 massage tables right in the center. Very spacious room, and with the plaster ceiling and walls, you get a totally different feeling here. But more importantly, it is nice that they invested the money for a light well. That way you can get more natural light, and they've even placed sliding glass doors so you can also have the ventilation come in. Built-ins on this side with another fridge, and then going to the other side, Dal, why don't you meet me here? We have a good sized sauna that smells very good. And then on the other side, we have the oversized steam room. And then going to the back, we have the vanity, your water closet, and a walk-in shower on this side. Really nice space, and I'm going to talk about the light well design, or how they're bringing so much light to this lower level in a second. Now, welcome to the gym. We have all this gym equipment. Room is great size, and this detail that they have on the walls, it's a type of design that you will see on the exterior of these homes. But given that we're on the lower level and a lot of these perimeter walls are your foundation walls, it was a nice design element for them to bring in. And in fact, you then have the sliding glass doors opening up to the courtyard that I mentioned earlier. Now, it is so nice to have an outdoor space within the basement of your property. And in fact, the glass enclosure that I talked about earlier, you can see that it follows this interesting line, because the stacked stone section on the bottom hides the framing for the staircase, all the supporting columns. So there's nothing pretty to look at there. That's why they just custom designed the glass around it. Then we have the cedar paneling on the ceiling, recessed lights and speakers, ping pong table, and then you have an outdoor seating area here. Now, what's so important about this space is the fact that it is below grade. So rather than building on grade and having your foundation sit above, you end up doing a lot of site work, making this huge investment, and then putting these massive concrete walls and your foundation on this level to create the basement here. And beyond that, you have to waterproof it. You need to build these complex drainage systems around your property to make sure you're managing water within the soil really well. That way, this level stays dry. And when you add up these light wells or openings that allow natural light and natural air to come into these spaces, pair that up with massive sliding glass doors, you can totally change the feel of these basements. You can make them feel like above grade levels, which is fantastic, and that's exactly what they have done here. And I want to commend them for it. They also brought the stacked stone, so you have the uniformity, and it just pushes you to utilize these lower levels a little bit more. In fact, I recently shot a podcast with Jason Somers, and we were talking about these daylit basements. Given that the real estate in Los Angeles is so valuable that you want to optimize and maximize these lower levels, below grade levels as much as possible. And I feel like this city has done a pretty good job and being creative to maximize the output on these kind of floors. So I wanted to mention that. I'm assuming that podcast episode will be live by the time this video is live. If not, I'll make sure to pin it as a comment too. And with that, we're done with the lower level. As soon as you come up to this level, the first thing I recognize is the amount of natural light that this floor gets. But then when you stop and think about it for a second, you have two staircases, one on each side, and these staircases also have these massive picture windows, so you have light coming there. Behind that, we have the opening of the foyer, so you have additional light, and then all these picture windows, and you end up with a very bright second floor, which is really exciting. I really enjoy that. Now, I'm gonna cover some of the details here, but first I wanna take everybody this way so we can check out two guest suites. The first one is to my right, so I'm gonna walk in. Same oak hardwood floors, your king size bed, small balcony that opens up to the side of the property, and it also comes with a full bathroom and a walk-in closet. Again, given that we have 7 bedrooms, I am cutting some of these a little bit shorter. And then going this way, just like the junior primary bedroom that we toured on the first floor, this room is right above that, but the floor plan is a little bit different. So you have the bedroom section that is closer to the corner, all these casement windows, your beautiful grounds, and given that we're on the second floor, our views are a little bit better. And again, I'm loving the natural light. Now, why don't we go this way to take a quick look at the bathroom. We have the walk-in closet here, and then going this way, you can see the built-in tub, glass enclosed walk-in shower, your vanity that transitions into the built-in wall cabinetry, stone countertops with really cool fixtures, and then we have a casement window here for some natural light. Now, let's jump back to the foyer so we can cover some of the details here. The first one is the glass flooring. I'm not gonna lie, it is scary to be standing right in the center, but I know I'm safe. But beyond that, it makes the space a little bit more fun. Again, allows natural light to travel, and these are the supporting beams that you see. That way you can have big glass panels with not too many beams. It just kind of increases the intensity of this experience, but I love this. Not only we have glass railing here, they also took advantage of this voluminous foyer and capitalized on it on the second floor. I also like the dark paneling here, how it contrasts nicely against white walls, these cool light fixtures, and again, that massive window assembly or glass wall assembly adding up to the natural light. And just walking here, looking at these picture windows, seeing your backyard is quite jarring. Again, the scale is quite staggering. Now, next up, I want to quickly take everybody this way to the second floor seating area. They've designed this space with having families in mind. So you have some built-in cabinetry here, 2 desks. That way, if you have kids, they want to work out here while watching TV, or just having a little intimate space on the second floor, you can easily position your TV here. They also brought the same wood paneling to this side, which again, warms up the space. Massive sectional couch, additional casements that are facing the front of the home, and the volume is great, light is great, another warm space. Now next, just like the first floor, they cased some of these openings with natural stone, in this case travertine. We have a utility room here, built-ins, really cool light fixture above, and here we have another guest suite that I'm going to quickly skip. And coming to this side, look how all these elements are coming together. You have stacked stone, wood paneled ceiling, plaster wall, gorgeous light fixture, massive picture window, and natural light casting in, and it just makes the space very cozy, elegant. I don't know, there's something about this frame here that really speaks to me. Now, to my right, we have the elevator landing, and lastly, the door here opens up to the primary bedroom. Off of the entry, we have this spacious seating area with 2 chairs, and then your double-sided fireplace, and this entire section is wrapped with this beautiful stone, book matched all the way to the ceiling. It keeps the space open, but also creates a nice separation between the seating area and the bedroom itself. Then over here, we have the built-ins. What I like about the built-ins is the fact that the entire cabinetry here is framed with travertine all the way to the bottom. Then you have your wood class ceiling. It is a nice warm space and ton of windows and sliding glass doors, opening up the room to a very nice balcony that we're gonna see in a second. Dal, so far, thoughts?
It's an amazing house. There's a lot of interesting conversation starters with some of the design choices.
And there's actually a really interesting detail in one of the walk-in closets that we're gonna see in a second. Now, jump with me to the other side and welcome to the bedroom itself. King size bed with this custom headboard design. I like the bedside tables are also incorporated. Then we have these unique wall attached light fixtures with an alabaster insert. Looks very cool, and the room has a very light feel to it. There's also a seating area on the other side. And before I take everybody to the balcony, Dal, why don't we go this way to the first walk-in closet? We have 2 of them. This one features more of the darker tones. Again, a lot of built-in cabinetry, this interesting light fixture, built-in LED lighting, open shelving. There's a room here. I'm assuming they left it open for a possible safe for additional cabinetry, but this is the smaller closet out of the 2. Now, follow me this way. Let's take everybody outside. It is nice that the bed is set back for additional privacy, and then you have a massive balcony that I pointed out earlier. You can see the glass flooring here, which is essentially your skylight for the level down below. And then you have the seating arrangement here, glass railing throughout, and these peaceful green views. I have to say, being here in Hidden Hills has been a nice break from the city. It is so quiet and peaceful here. And now going this way, I want to take everybody to the second closet. Get ready. I mean, this one, the scale here is quite insane. 2 islands, so much cabinetry, light fixtures, more on the lighter tones, and some of the built-ins with glass fronts have this really interesting back texture. I don't think it's stone, it is some sort of a fabricated design, but it looks very cool. And then we have the makeup area here, all built-in LED lighting. And Dal, can we focus on this side? I don't know what this material is, but it has this kind of unique texture that almost matches the cabinetry that we saw on the first floor, and they incorporated a built-in seating area here, and the same contour follows on the ceiling. Thoughts?
It really follows the happy wife, happy life rule.
What do you mean?
Just the scale and...
Fair. You just assume this is the female side?
It's gotta be.
It's gotta be. Fair enough. Fair enough. And moving this way, massive picture window. There's actually a quaint balcony here. But now I want to take everybody to, oh, I just realized there's also a skylight above us. And now welcome to the primary bathroom. 2 water closets off of the entry. Look at this space. It is a massive bathroom. Let me first walk into the walk-in shower. Walk into the walk-in shower. You can easily have 20 people here. Rain head, regular shower head, steam feature. I don't even know how they're filling the space with steam. They must have multiple motors because it's so voluminous here. And I also like that they incorporated this design element here for some ventilation. And then going to the other side, let me close the door. We have the makeup area here. They use the same stone and fabricated. And here they use walnut with the built-ins and with the cabinetry. Then you have your stone countertops. The walnut is also nicely inset into the walls. Your fabricated sink. And I also like these light fixtures with alabaster attachments. And then we have the second vanity on the other side. All these windows to capitalize on these views. And there's also an oversized freestanding tub here. Now, it's been a lot of fun spending the day here in Hidden Hills. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And now, let's see this place at dusk. All right, everyone, that's it for the tour. Hope you'll enjoy this episode. I have to say, it's been fun leaving the city, coming to Hidden Hills, and enjoying the tranquility and the peace that this location has to offer. Now, in regards to the house itself, we've covered every single floor and overall the scale, the volume, and this backyard certainly creates the unique experience that this property provides. And as always, I want to give big thanks to the listing agents, Mark, Sarah, and Hannah, for making this tour possible. And you can find more information about this property in the description of this video. Make sure to check it out. Now, lastly, if you enjoyed our tour, make sure to give us a like, subscribe, leave us a comment down below, and we'll see you on the next one.